The following is a special presentation of MRUno Division 1 Super League 2025.
Vapor has won everything from Tournament 4 to the regular season with a streak of 2 tournament victories in a row. His last loss all the way back a long time. However, now he goes up against a tough challenge with Gon, who has been the light that has shut others up. Vapor is looking to vaporize the lights and score another win to get a third straight Final Four and continue his quest to try to be the first player in league history to get the three-peat. Gon, on the other hand, has played his best Uno in his career against Background to win the European Battle of Rookies. Gon now has the next challenge of dealing with Vapor. He's been in this spot before playing high caliber players in both divisions, but will need to be ready for any attack as he aims for a 5th Super League win in 2025. The Vaporizer versus Going On, Champ versus Challenger, Bangkok, Thailand for 2025 Super League. Hello everyone and welcome to the quarterfinals match here for MRE Uno 2025 Super League. We are about to get things rolling here with the number 1 seed Vapor making his first start of his Super League career, ironically, as the 1 seed in these quarterfinals, going up against Gon, who has had a really good showing this season in his limited appearances, but he has been making the most of them here as he now goes up against Vapor in this quarterfinal match to determine the 3rd player making it into the 2025 Super League Final Four. I'm your host, G-Man. Let's get into the resumes here as we're going to go through Vapor since this is his first Super League match. 16-3 in the regular season. Really, of his season has been the back half, but we'll go through it all. Round of 32 elimination from Toasty in March Madness. Lost that one 4-3 in a close one. But then was able to get things rolling in Tournament 2, Automotive April. Made it to the regional finals. Came up short to Myth in a 5-1 there. But did not let that discourage him, even with the movie May not being much of a success with a round 32 elimination to Ziemba 4-2 in that one. But Jackpot June is really where things started turning around. Went into the casino and won big. Was able to win the tournament. Had a massive run to get there. Wins over Lamas, myself, Caesar, and more to be able to get to the end there. Took out gold in their Redemption Arc tournament and was able to get the win to lock their spot up into Super League. But then double down in Tournament 5 in Apocalyptic August. Did not want to settle with just going out and getting that 1 tournament win. He went out and got 2, won that tournament as well, and has now won 2 straight and is on a massive winning streak of over 10 matches in a row going into this one, as he looks to be the first player in league history to win 3 tournaments in a row. We saw this happen in D2 where there was an attempt with Myhale. He came short in grand finals, ended up 2nd in that tournament. We will see if Vapor can get the 3-peat done. It has never been done before. We'll see if he's the first. And then we'll jump to the bracket here. Again, Gone, really, really intense match with background in the first round. Won that one 5-4. Really great match between the both of them, and was kind of like in college football terms, the conference championship for rookies. But Gone was able to get the win there. Now he goes up against Vapor. For the rest of this quarterfinals match, we've had some action back and forth. Costa and myself, really great match there. Costa able to get the edge 6-5 in that one and moves on. And then for Mac and Andy, another match that went on there. Andy kind of ran out of gas. Mac was able to hang on and keep things rolling for his Super League. He makes it into the Final Four. What's been a really remarkable season. We've had such a interesting group of characters in this Final Four so far. We'll see if we get another one here as we go on with Vapor and Gone. We jump to the stream here. I am joined by my co-commentator Sanford, who has been looking forward to this match. I mean, for this one, both these players have really been able to go on these massive runs and really pop off during the season. Vapor, of course, with 2 tournament victories, but Gone also has made a finale before and had a really good showing in Apocalyptic August. Your thoughts on this matchup here? Do you think this is one that could feel a bit deceiving based off the seeding, or is this something where you feel it's going to be a real good matchup where someone's going to come out on top, or is it going to be back and forth throughout?
I think it definitely has the potential to be a back and forth match. It's one of those interesting things we saw it last year where the player in Vapor situation maybe wasn't uh the most adept at what ended up happening with the long layoff. So it'll be interesting to see what Vapor does there. Granted, we'll get the 4 home games to start, so that's always a positive in that sense. Gone knows what to expect with the 4-4 because of the group stage. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Vapor starts. Obviously, he's been on a roll, been trying to prove the haters wrong. Basically, has been his mantra this season, and I'm looking forward to see what happens with both of them.
All right, we will see what happens here. I'm going to have the pregame questions. Gone will not be in VC, so I just sent his question for him to answer. We'll go to Vapor here, who is in the call. Vapor, I mean, you've had such a fantastic season, 16-3 on the year. You've said this is looking to be your final season, and what a way it would be to go out on top with the Super League victory here. But the road starts here. It's been a while since you last played. Your thoughts going into this one, and just kind of how you're feeling after the long layover.
I mean, yeah, it sucks not being on the table for a while. But I'm not out of practice by any means. I mean, I've been playing and try to play a couple series every week, um, and just try to keep the mental gears fresh, oiled up. Um, just keep practicing, keep playing, and make sure that I'm not completely rusty going into this one, and just try to put the best foot forward. Try to move on to the next round and try to win this thing.
All right, for Gon, he answered it, but let's read off the question. Gon unofficially won the rookie playoff title game last round. A really good bout with background. Not go into this with the upset mentality. Just look to take down the top seed and prevent the three-peat from occurring. Your feelings heading into this one as you face the toughest challenge yet. And then for Gon, to me, I'm treating this like any other game. Favorable being the 1 seed. It's just another obstacle in my path of victory. One I plan on overcoming. All right, well, I think we'll get things rolling here. Both players seem set to go. Vapor's going to have the call for game 1 here. Luke will be our ref for this one. He has already initialized the game, so really up to Vapor now to give the call, and we will get things rolling here to kick off the 3rd quarterfinal match for 2025 Super League. I'm going to open up with 14 here. Sanford, I mean, we've seen a lot of these card starts with the higher tier. Definitely throughout this Super League, but your thoughts here as Vapor looks to get off to an early start.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before. I do like the idea of going with a high card start to start, especially with the 4 home games in a row. It definitely gives you an idea of what you're going to be able to expect from the bot going forward. Also opens the door for a few little bit of strategy plays for game 2, depending on how it goes.
I would say that get the timer correct. But red 4 is the opening on this one, and Vapor just taking his time to sort through these cards here. To unlock Wi-Fi Brilliance. All right. Goes for the switch right off the bat here. So Didn't want to start off with the red. Gon's gonna roll with it for now.
An
But I mean,
interesting choice.
yeah, we've seen how some of these color switches have really played a big impact here, as Gon is actually gonna
Gone with
double
the
down on the
double
yellow
back.
one. Wow, double downs on the yellow one. But Vapor's gonna have some yellow in reserve, and now Gon is doing some light switching here. I mean, Vapor started off with the early switches here, and now Gon's doing it, and that actually forces a draw out of Vapor. So Vapor potentially in early trouble here for game one.
Well, sorry about that. I didn't want all the C's to be on the recording there. But obviously one thing I'm noticing is how many light switches we're getting. Could be it's a strategy to play, but the problem is you have to be very keen on it. It's a very practical strategy that you have to master. It's not it's not an easy thing to just go with on the fly. +2 there from Vapor.
We're having a bit of a loading issue here, actually, with the cards here. That's not really going to affect the play, but maybe a bit of
Is it not loaded on your screen? Because I'm seeing them.
the cards are some of the cards are not loading. I don't think it's a big deal right now, but it's more of a visual thing.
Well, I mean I'm seeing all of them. That's why I was like, could be on your end.
Maybe it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you check the stream, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm
but
sure. I'm just saying, like, I was kind of surprised to hear it be mentioned because I wasn't seeing the same.
Well, I mean, Gon just put a +4 down here, and suddenly he's looking to go on a roll here in this game, and there you go, right there. 3:05 on the clock for that one. Really just kind of ran through that one. I don't think he drew once. Yep, didn't draw once on that one. Had a +2, I think, thrown at him at one point, but ultimately that did not matter. But Gon with the early lead here. Really good opening for him, all things considered. But I guess really for Vapor, kind of what happened there, and getting out ammo at one point. I had to win a switch, but yeah, can't defend on that. All right, so it just did not seem like Vapor had much on that one. Just get a quick question here for Gon. Get a quick one there for 3:04. Okay, so 3:04 on that one. Getting the clock was a little off there, but only by a second, so that should be fine there. But
Oh
I mean,
well,
early one
not
game lead.
huge, not a huge deal.
Yeah. I mean, if it's within 2 seconds, it's fine. We only start having issues when it's like, oh, we're like 2 minutes off. Like, and then it's like, oh man, we really made a mistake somewhere. But let's get off to a good start. Not much to say really. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, that was pretty much a plan A run. I mean, Vapor threw in the +2 at one point, but that ultimately kind of just delayed the inevitable there. So I mean, that's a good start for Gon here. Vapor's gonna have the game 2 call. We'll see what he goes with, but yeah, I mean that's good for Gon here to get out to the early start here. That's kind of what you need sometimes in these kind of games.
Well, he's gonna roll it back to 14, which I was on board with for game 1. I'm definitely not really all that on board with for game 2.
I mean, we've seen sometimes the run back works. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I really only am opposed to a run back if it like you've done it before and it's like clearly not working. So I mean, I think maybe Vapor thinks could get a better draw this time and minimize that 14 for the rest of the series. We'll see, but I mean, again, Gone with a switch to the yellow one.
If he wins it, then we'd have it gone for the right.
I mean, I said sometimes, not always. There's been as many instances of people winning on runbacks with the same time. I mean, Captain ran 5, like I'm pretty sure 5 times against Yoshi and lost like 4 of them. and still won that series. So I mean, there's been instances where it's like just keep trying and trying and trying, and eventually works, but
Well,
definitely didn't
Captain's
do a
his
lot of
own breed,
damage.
anyway, let's be honest.
Yeah, gone with his own card there. Vapor gets to switch to yellow. Looking to force a draw, especially with Vapor on the early run here to create a bit of separation. I believe that's red. Yes, that is. We'll see what the response is from Gon because he's a little behind right now, but I stand corrected. He
Well,
is no
odd
longer
play.
behind. Um,
And a +2 in there.
yeah, Gon keeps it rolling here. I don't believe Gon has done a self draw yet this series, so he's been able to run this pretty well. Vapor with the blue 2 again, and there's the first self draw
Well,
from Gon.
so what are the lottery numbers so I know what not to pick?
Hmm. Well, it was bound to it was bound to have it at some point, but
Oh, of
we
course.
ran out of blue on that one, and doesn't have any yellow. Vapor is out on yellow also, so we might get a bit of a draw city here.
So is this two-color strap? Yeah, two-color strap from Gone. That's interesting. Of course, just on the verge of the red zone, so
again, Vapor. Speaking of red zone, Vapor. Looking forward to the BYU game later today. As we gotta switch the red.
BYU or is it Utah?
Yep. Gone with a draw on red, so he is drawn on blue, yellow, and red. So this is and Vapor is drawn on red as well. So it's looking like there
So we're
is
looking for
a
green.
plentiful amount of green here. We'll see when we get that switch over there. Another red one comes into the mix here. Seeing quite a few ones in these first two games. Ooh, and we get a
+2
+2.
into a wild. There's the green as well.
I would like to think that was a top deck green, and I think the red +2 we just had for a while. So able to get that one. Vapor says he
Vapor.
flushes the wild.
Well, he did play a green one, so he could have been lining that up.
Vapor with a wild that forces a draw out of Gone. Does this make Vapor line up for a finish here?
Oh
Um,
my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a
let's.
finish if he's not careful.
Well, I mean that's 3 of the wilds gone here. Green 7. I mean that wild red really just kind of forces a draw. I think he's feeling pretty confident right now. Gone able to keep it going. Vapor has drawn. And
Oh,
suddenly, and suddenly, I think that plan slightly
Suddenly,
backfired.
I'm really curious on the choice of
Oh
wild.
my god, no
Well,
way. I'm gonna have to ask about that one because that
he got
is
bailed out. There's no way. I was gonna say, there's no way that wasn't some form of a top deck.
yeah, blue +2 was the top deck on that one. Yeah,
And that was the connection he needed.
I mean, okay, so Vapor wasn't feeling great about that one. With the how close it was. So I get that. Definitely. I don't know that I still think that could have been done a little differently. Um, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it did work out, even if he needed a top deck blue +2 to make it work. But got the result at the end of the day, so that's really all that matters there.
True. If you get the win, it doesn't really matter how questionable choices.
All right. Knew he had green. Wanted to use one more turn because he played it 4 just by chance. Lucky top deck +2. All right. I don't really have anything for Gone on that one. Just kind of there was a lot of draws in that one, so it kind of seemed a bit like a scrambled hand overall for both players. But yeah, I mean, Sanford, you got anything? Otherwise, we'll just jump to game 3 here.
I mean, not entirely, because like I said, it did work. If he had lost the game, I think there would have been questions to be asked about the whole wait for the +2 and force yourself into the draws, even though you play 2 wilds to do it.
Mm-hmm. Gone with a rainbow of 6s. That kind of reminds me of how I had a rainbow of 2s in my quarterfinal match. So, Uno Alright. Well, we'll just head to game 3 here. 14 is off the board for the rest of the series here. The run back actually works here, Sanford, so works out for Vapor. It is tied 1-1, and now we're at a essentially a best of 9. So, okay, so Vapor's going to go for the full send on this one. Going to keep it high. Early full send in this one as well. And yellow 3 is going to kick things off. Vapor.
And another immediate color swap.
That's the second time. That's the second time that Vapor's swapped off the starting color here. He didn't do it in game 2, but again, I feel like the red and yellow has just been very prevalent on these starts here for the first 3 games. Two nickels isn't that much. I mean, it's more than nothing.
It's weird that's happened twice, though.
Did he play? No, he did not. Yeah, no, you're good. Gone taking a second to break this one down as the red 3 on my screen is not loading again. There we go. Oh, I mean, when I click it, it loads. It's just not the overlay. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's
but again, it's not a big deal, to be honest. It's just more of a visual thing. As Gone goes for another switch here, opened up the door for a rainbow, but Vapor's gonna shut that down with the green 0. Okay, now that one is just not showing up at all. Green 5. Gone reading the news. Or Sanford, you say you're occasionally a man of meme culture. Is that correct?
I said occasionally.
Occasionally.
I know some of them. Some of them I will never ever get. Like one current one that involves numbers, which is
Don't do it. Don't do it. I was scared for a second because it was on the yellow.
I don't know that one. I wasn't going to. Oh, great.
Oh,
by the way,
no.
So I'd like to thank you for cursing me with the visual glitch because the green 6 didn't show up.
Yeah, the green 6 didn't show up for me either.
I think that isn't that Vapor's card. I think that's fair enough then, because Vapor brought Vapor brought up that particular meme, it's perfectly fair for the bot to protest showing his card.
I don't think anyone over the age of 18 understands that one, so you know, it is what it is.
Imagine being the teacher to kids that do get the meme, though.
Oh my god, you are. Yeah, you are. You do you have that like happen in your class?
It happened. Yeah, last year that was definitely a thing that happened, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well.
Either way, we're back to a green.
Well, it's green.
We're back to green.
Vapor's Wi-Fi is dying.
Well, apparently he also had issues even getting some of the keys to recognize too before the match. That was a thing
I think that was with his password into like a streaming account. I think that might have been a little different, but all right, so gonna take a second for this next play. Yeah, there we go. Green 9. So gonna roll with the green for now. And one down.
One down that time.
Yeah, I mean, I think you would expect the green play there. I'm just really kind of guess the question is how long does this roll? Not very long because Vapor switches in the blue. Does Gon have a switch into green though?
Oh, whoops! I meant to hit the other thing.
It's probably a Discord issue, honestly. Now I'm thinking about it, because like some of them are not loading, so.
I mean, it's just as likely as any other swap. There's one of each 3 left.
Vapor when he finds out, ooh, there's a second green 3.
And to be fair, it's not like it would be out.
Oh my god!
there was a swap to green, and a swap to red.
Then we went to red, and then we ended the game. What in the world?
Huh? Okay. There's a triple wild to end, by the way.
Double +4 and then the wild to end. I mean, that is this is an insane hand. And we've had some insane finishes to kick. All 3 games have had pretty crazy finishes to kick things off. So I'm wondering if that's a sign to come.
In 3 games, we've had 10 versions of wild show up. We're averaging 3 a game.
I don't have much on that one really. Crazy finish. I mean, I don't think
averaging almost 4 plus.
Gon didn't even draw in that game either, so that was all from the start.
Oh, let's switch this up, and then he wants 15 again. Great switch up.
The 14 run back worked last time, so I mean, I see the logic here.
Yes. I'm kind of surprised that Vapor didn't do what I would do in some circumstances of try and bank on the bot getting a little stir crazy if you go from the high to low, but it is what it is. Trying to see where there would be a good question there. Although, to be fair, the question would probably go to Gon, and it's not great for trying to move things along either.
Vapor does not believe in bot manipulation propaganda as he looks to try to win on 15 and eliminate the full send for the rest of the series. And yellow 4. Did we start on yellow 4 before? I thought no, that was the that was the switch Vapor did in game 1. That's what it was. And he switches again.
I mean, he's lost. He's 1-1, I think, on doing this immediate swap. So, I mean,
0-2.
Oh, you're 0-2, and then you still go for it.
And Gon's gonna send it right back to the yellow. It's also
Vapor had yellow. So again, this very perplexing of an idea when you're 0-2 and 0-2 on it, and then had plenty of yellow to play. I don't know. I would have saved.
I mean, you know the swap. I know you know the saying, third time's the charm here, so we'll see if the third nickel in his bank account is going to work out well for him.
Yeah, but you also know the definition of insanity.
It's I think after 3 times, then I think we start getting into that conversation. But do they take nickel? They I mean, yes. Probably not.
You get 1 turn at a slot machine.
Well, not even all slot machines would take a nickel. Some are like have a minimum of 10 cents. You have 20.
It would be the only spot where a nickel might work. That's about it. As we get the swap to blue, which KT apparently, because the power is out for him, that card does not want to.
The card is out for him also. Every single card in the deck is wired to a person's power. So if the power's out, then the card doesn't show up.
Well, then how is Vapor playing? Because his card didn't show up.
Because his
Oh, wait,
Wi-Fi
never mind.
isn't, his Wi-Fi isn't working.
I mean, I guess technically we also did satisfy the idea that Vapor, the bot, was just because Vapor did the meme that shouldn't be a thing. We get a swap over to yellow from Gone on the 6. And apparently Gone doesn't have power. Or no, that's Drip's
No,
card.
Gone.
Never mind, Drip
No,
doesn't have
Gone.
power.
Gone is green too. We gotta switch off the 0 here into red. Oh my.
Which Vapor does not have. Why is red checking the table?
I don't know. Yeah, Vapor. I don't. Brad, please don't do that. No,
No!
we
red!
will not see the number.
I'm choosing not to.
I do not see it.
It does not exist.
What does exist though is this the run from Gone
What does
here,
exist is
4-card
the yellow
run.
7.
The yellow 7 also exists. And the +2, it's 5 to 5. It's a number that makes no sense.
It's a number that does terrible in NASCAR. Green 6 shows up that time.
Corey Haim's had some good runs though in the part-time starts. Let's just ignore Chicago. +4. That's another +4 from Gone. So I mean, this is looking to be something he can roll with again.
Well,
and he's just won the game. So wow,
Look at
3-1
all
on that.
splitting.
3-1 on that homestand, and this time the run back
so-
does not work.
If I lose, don't blame me. I mean, you've done the same strategy play 3 times now and lost.
This is like this is like the fantasy football theory, where it's every time I win it's skill and every time I lose it's luck. Don't lose it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess Vapor, your thoughts on the run back for the 15 again. And just kind of your feelings down 3-1 going into the away stand. Good plan theory, just couldn't get to the point where I could win.
And the problem is, though, I mean, I don't technically say it could sound like coaching, but there's a reason why I definitely wouldn't have done it the 3rd time.
I think really it's the switch off at the start, not necessarily the card start here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have done that a 3rd straight time, or a third time having lost twice, especially admitting to the fact of going 0-2 on it. Like, I gave him credit for I thought he had a win on doing it once.
His one win was when he didn't do it. So, but yeah, Vapor, good ammo in blue. Yellow, he had more. Gone, he's having internet issues with his movie. Uno requires a lot of internet power, so that probably explains it. But yeah, can't complain. Bought his animated tools and materials. I'm building something pretty nice with them. So let's turn his house into a mansion. All right, I like the mindset on that one. So we'll see what Gon does here as he takes the home side going into game 5. Where's the position arrow? There it is. All right. All right, so going to be the game 5 call here. We'll see what Gon decides to go with here. We've seen the 2 highest card starts to kick off the first 4 games. We'll see if we stay in that range or get something different.
I think for Gon, the interesting part is going to be the fact that he's now up 3-1 and there's only 2 card starts that he's got off the table for these next 4 games. That's the key thing, I think, from what Vapor's done for him.
That's also the big thing when you run. That's the big risk you run with if you go back to a card start you lost on, because if you lose again, then it's like, that's one less limitation on your opponent when they get the pick. So, we'll see what Gon goes with for game 5. Luke, you could probably just ask him for the game 5 call. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I would think maybe with that he could have gone 13. No,
Mid
he's gonna
tier.
go mid
That's no
tier. All right.
surprise.
And he likes the mid tier. He's been doing pretty well in the high tier though, so I'm a little surprised we didn't see like a 13 there. But we'll see how this one works out. Red 5 opens this game, and I didn't reset the clock. There we go.
This hasn't worked yet for anyone that's tried it.
Oh man.
The Vapor wins this game. Got it.
Woo, man. Okay.
Half off special.
We are running blue.
So does it count for insanity if Gone loses doing this, considering that would have been 4 times the person
Well,
that
we'll
did
see.
the
Maybe
immediate
maybe
post-up?
Gone can break the curse. Maybe Gone can break the curse. Who knows?
But if he doesn't, what is that? Swap over to yellow. I'm not back to sorry. The monkey's card makes an appearance.
All right, Monkey has power. That's good to know. Just getting worried.
I love how that's the stipulation we've got now, thanks to KT, is if your card doesn't show up, you just simply don't have power.
Or bad one. All right, well,
No, like I
Vapor's
said,
drawing
again,
on yellow.
Vapors we can account for the fact if he brought up the meme. Maybe the bot just didn't like that.
It's like a personal foul on that one. As 3-card run here. Trying to block.
Vapor
Gone
gets
is
a
actually
pick of one of the skips.
Gone is actually very close here. And he won it. He just broke the curse of the switch off the start. So that's 4-1 now.
And a 94-second game.
Yeah, I mean, that's again, that's another good. I mean, 6-1 on the +4s here. I mean, Gone has just been able to capitalize on getting a good starting hand and just rolling with it. I believe that's his. I believe that is the third. I think it's the third Plan A he has won. The only one that was not Plan A that he won was, I believe, Game 3. So yeah, this is the start is working out pretty well for Gone here, and it seems like the initial switch is I mean, I can't even say the initial switch is weird, because like if you want to even bring it over to Vapor doing this switch, he didn't do that. So like now we're really not sure. So it's not going well for Vapor right now.
In this case, when you look at what the hand was, it kind of makes sense for Gone to do it. He only had the one red. So it definitely made sense for him to do that swap, and it worked out well. I think the spot where it makes it really hard to try and justify it is when you make the immediate color swap and you still had like 4 or 5 in that color that you could play. And that's where the part is.
Yeah, this is a unfortunate start for Vapor here, but I mean, we saw what happened in the Apocalyptic August finale, so I mean, you can't really count him out yet, even if the scoreline's not looking great at the moment. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Sam, for your thoughts here, I mean, this is just not, I don't really think he's been able to get off to the right start here on these card starts for the most part, and that's kind of just where we're at right now. Gone able to just kind of capitalize and prevent any defense from occurring on these starts.
I think we figured out, Vapor. I mean, if you can point it out, there's your karma. There's your reason for karma. I mean, also, I think the idea is at a certain point the bot's gonna have to fight back on something. You've winning 2 tournaments in a row. Eventually, the luck's gonna run out.
I mean, the 3-peat is in danger right now. But we'll see what happens.
Not out of the realm. I mean, G, I know for a fact you definitely don't want to revisit the best 11 that you had against me, where we can definitely back from.
No, well, I mean, I said before it's not over yet. I mean, we've seen Vapor make these comebacks, but like, I mean, it is in danger. It's not looking good right now. It is in danger. It's not over yet, though.
No, not looking good.
Yet,
granted, also one.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off on that. I'm not surprised at this one because I mean, Gone has been able to capitalize off these starts here.
I'm not. Actually, I guess I'm a little bit surprised of going from 9 to 5. First to 6. Now, it's worth mentioning that in league history we have had a 5-1 comeback.
That is not what I
And
meant to do.
the two people on commentary in this game were both involved in that game. Vapor. Oh no.
There we go.
Vapor's this is the fourth time Vapor's immediately color swapped.
Well, I think in this case it's better off to go for it, and he gets immediately slapped in the face. Well, that's
The problem was you do the immediate color swap after your opponent just drew on a 5-card start. That's the problem, I think, there.
yellow one.
Oh boy.
I'm wondering if that switch actually gets jailbreaks gone here.
Oh my goodness, back to
Well,
red.
actually, no, that's big for Vapor here. That might have saved him because
What? Okay.
yellow 6, can Vapor close this one out here? Is that 2? Got the Uno.
Had a 6.
Can he finish with the blue, or does he have maybe a wild to close this one out?
Rainbow!
It's a rainbow. And that's actually going to be an iced rainbow.
And now
Wow.
Gonza check.
Wow. Okay,
Vapor,
Vapor.
have to do that.
That's a big.
Yeah,
that's a big top deck to save him, though. Potentially.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
Okay. It didn't look like Gon had the finish there, but I mean, I see you kind of have to do that in that scenario. You cannot take a risk like that, especially on 5. Alright. Getting some top decks on green, so he is staying low, which is helpful, because then you're still keeping yourself in that range where you can benefit off a massive top deck.
Of course, if you're gone, I think you welcome the draws as long as Vapor doesn't play, just so that Vapor can build that hand up.
Does not seem like this one will be a plan A as we get some draws.
So this
thrown
one's
into the
definitely
mix.
we're going to be in plan D by the end of this one.
Got the switch out of green.
Pun wasn't intended, but you could say plan D for draw. But as we get a run now on yellow, so see who's going to have to think that there's some sort of a plan there for why Gon would do this. He gets a double play.
Got the double there. Vapor is out. Gon is out as well.
And Gon's out. And we're tied. Basically.
Vapor with the top deck's gonna break that tie for now.
Yeah, he gets now the 2-card advantage on it.
So, I mean, right now we're looking at blue and red here, although, I mean, green can come back into the mix. But
I think this is one case where you can definitely say the initial color swap is not going to be what cost this game. As Vapor now finds the green 5, so he's getting all the top deck right now. Gon's not.
I'm really not sure how long this is going to run, though, because we saw a big... Oh, my God. We saw a big draw on green, but Gon has a big run out of it into blue.
And I think that's where Gon... I don't want to say it yet until we see the end, what the game ends up being. But I fear that that's where Gon got a lot of his cards. Is maybe action / switching colors.
I mean, that's gonna be big for Vapor here, especially when when we have the 5-card start. Those wilds definitely play a factor, and he gets slapped again. We've seen a lot of +2s here in this game as well. That's the 5th one, and we're...
Is this game? Another split ammo?
You got off the green +2, it's just like got that. Alright, well, Gon's at 2.
Oh
That's
my god.
check.
Oh,
can't
that's
do
game.
anything. Oh, now it is 5-1. I mean, this series has been dramatically quick. But, I think for Gon, I think going on the 5 there was the wise call, because he's seen how this has played out so far in this series, and you wanted to see if you could just kind of rack it up again and just kind of fully utilize that. And I think at the end of the day, he kind of did. But yeah, I mean,
Generally,
that's
I
gonna
like
be
to do it from a higher start, but yeah, I do kind of agree with that assessment.
yeah. This is
And I will
not
say, Vapor, the history's on your side on this. Because I don't think we've had many 5-1s, and it can be done.
all right. Gonna throw a quick question here for Gond. Vapor, for you, I mean, as Sanford said, your history is on your side here, but I mean, this is definitely going to be a high pressure situation here. Your feelings going into this, needing to survive at least two more away stands in this set, and then being able to try to figure it out from there. You just kind of your feelings right now as you look to make yet another improbable comeback here this season. We're gone, feeling good, plenty of opportunities to get this done. Let's try to get this done quickly. Which I mean, that's kind of been the name of the game so far. Nothing's gone over 5 minutes 6, so it's been pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've definitely had some, well, yeah, we definitely have. We've had some 5-game series that took more time than what we've done through 6 so far.
Vapor, any quick thoughts going into this one, or just gonna win out? All right.
Well, I mean, the situation's simple at least, yeah. Another 4, this time in blue.
I think the switch trend has kind of been debunked here, so we'll see what happens. Vapor's gonna go for it off the blue 3 that Gone plays.
Well, but that's a little bit different at least. I don't mind when someone else plays and you do the color swap. That's one of those things where it's like you're doing it more because your opponent at least shows you that they've got blue. You're trying to counter it.
That is not the start that Vapor was hoping to see here with a 3-card run from Gone. So Gone out to a lead again.
And Gone has the blue 1.
Blue 6.
Interesting that then Gone, or no, it was Vapor that made the first. That's right. So yeah, Gone clearly had a lot of blue left over. Vapor, not so much.
It's not looking good right now here. Out on blue.
Of course, the one problem for Vapor that he's going to have to overcome is the fact that Gone has the power play that he can use at any point here.
I mean, Vapor has power play too, but it's like, I don't know if you really want to use it this early, but it's like, it could be in a situation where he might be forced to use it depending on the circumstances, as Gone with a double play here.
I think it has to come into consideration anytime you're maybe 2 turns. For Vapor, it's going to have to come into play anytime you're 2 turns away, and there's a spot where Gone could do something in between what you have.
Yeah, Gone is at 2 right now, so... Well, he thinks that Gone has a +4. Vapor's gonna
But the
power
way
play
this
here.
series is gone, that's probably a fair thought.
Alright, so, I mean, the one thing this does is that Gaunt cannot power play here, and that switch is actually going to force the draw, so...
Well, I wouldn't even say it's a wasted power play, because it was for the color swap. So it's definitely a spot where Gone could have done something.
I mean, for Gaunt also, it's like he just drew on the red. Gets a switch into the yellow, though.
Uh-oh.
Vapor
revealing he doesn't have yellows.
And there's the power play from Gone. Unfortunately, there might be the number placement on this one that is going to be the end here.
And the curse of getting the double buy has struck again. No!
No, he's only at Uno, so not the game yet.
What?
Because Gone was at 3. Gone was at 3.
Triple 7.
Will it matter?
Gone now with the curse words.
And power play
Vapor's rejoined us with new life.
Well, power play is just out of the conversation now. I'm wondering if Gone was not expecting him to have to switch there.
That we criticize power play usage a lot. That's one where you definitely
Oh
gotta
my god, he
figure out.
got the blue. He has the blue 6.
Triple
Switching to
six, we're
red.
going. That was
Another
wild now.
crossover. No, and he
Oh
had that one.
no!
Oh man. And that's gonna be a fatal switch there. I think he had the blue 6, and then the red 0 was the draw there. So, um,
Oh wow! What a weird way to end a series. Caesar with the jaw drop is well placed.
yeah, that is a brutal way to go. That's a brutal way to go at, especially with such a good season Vapor had with the 2 tournament wins. Yeah, I mean, look at the stats here. I mean, the Wilds actually kind of were split. I mean, Gon had one more, but like 5-4, it's like it's kind of like what I mean. Really, the plus 4 is really where you kind of look at that 6-1, 11-7 on the plus 2s, and I usually like combining the skips and reverses here. I mean, 5 skips apiece, so that's kind of chalk, but then 10-4 in the reverses. So like, yeah, I mean, I look at this and I think like for Gon, I mean, finding those plus 4s when he needs them were really big. But then it's just kind of also it lining up. I mean, Gon had really good connections throughout the series. Also, Vapor, please keep it chill. On that one, please don't. I mean the sense of like the other people, not like obviously you could be upset, but yeah, yeah, that's really a tough way to go out. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that, Sanford? It's just, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what we were expecting going into this one. It's just kind of how that played
Normally I
out.
do. Normally I do, but there's a reason why I actually haven't said much after that. I literally someone speak. I Considering we thought it was over on the power play, only for it to not, and then to have it end on a switch, backbreaking. Like I feel like if you're Vapor, you almost would have rather it ended on the power play instead of the switch.
At the red plus 2, red 9. Oof. So he was close to the win there on that one as well. So if Gon didn't have that finish, Schaefer would have had that. So that's another unfortunate one there.
Been
But I
there,
mean,
done that. Yeah, that's because the problem is it's like you talk yourself into the idea of like we all know you're trying to win these games, and if you see the path is there for you, it's hard to resist making that swap. I don't even. I think I probably would have made the same swap even if I was in Vapor shoes. If I'm looking at the fact that I have a color swap and I'm down to 2 and I can get the win. Especially considering he wouldn't have been able to power play with the Uno call there. The only thing I can think of, maybe, and it, like I said, I don't know if I wouldn't have done the same thing, is maybe I would have given a little bit of time to look at the card history. That's about the only thing. But I don't know if I would have made any different play than what Vapor did. My problem, I don't know if you could have. I didn't look at the card history enough to know what would have been out there. That's the only thing I could have. Might. That's the only thing I can like think of that could have maybe talked me out of doing the similar play. Is if playing, I look and see that there's card history there.
well, we'll talk about that afterwards. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not the ending you really want to see. in a series, especially for the playoffs. But that's kind of how it plays out. I definitely think Vapor could have handled that better, but I mean, at the end of that definitely is a series where a lot of the runs Gon was able to get, and ultimately it just didn't seem like there's much Vapor could do for the most part. But yeah, I mean that's kind of a disappointing way to have that one end for a variety of reasons. But yeah, I mean, any final thoughts on this one? I mean, Gon goes to the final four. We'll face Mac. Let's actually read Gon's response here. Got a lot of good ammo. Managed to not mess up and not play too badly, so I can't complain. Feels great. Such an incredible player in Vapor. Don't know much about Mac, but he's another obstacle and playing through the obstacles right now. All right, so I mean, any thoughts going into the final four here? I mean, we have our first confirmed final four matchup with Gon and Mac. Just kind of your thoughts on this one and kind of how this all shaped. This has been a really interesting group of Final Four because I really don't know if a lot of these people you would have had on your bingo card for making it to this point here. And I mean, we could get another one here with Monkey as well, and that would be one of the craziest Final Fours I think we've seen in this league if that ends up happening.
Well, in all honesty, if you had sat me down at the beginning of the year and said this was going to be the quarterfinal players, I'm not sure how many of them I would have agreed with either at that point. So, even just getting to this point, it's been a really hectic year. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Gon and Mac bring to the table, considering both players probably a little bit of house money, considering the seasons that they've had versus what they were expected to do. And I think Curse of the double buy kind of resumes almost because Mac's the only guy so far that had that double buy that's won. I think that's the main takeaway I'll have is maybe that dating back to last year, that double buy almost needs to be investigated in terms of like, do you really want it? Like, how many people have actually won that first game off the double buy? I think of Ashley, Mac. I can't think of KT. KT. I think had the
KT
single
did
buy
not.
last
No,
year.
KT didn't last year. No.
Like, there's
Captain didn't. KT didn't last season.
There's not much success that's come out of that double buy. That's the main takeaway I'm trying to say on it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this kind of also opens up a dialogue with, I guess, the double buy in general, because I mean, that's like such a huge break in between where it's like, I guess the question is it too much? Is it like, is there something that has to be looked with that? Because like, we've seen this before with multiple times where it's like the players who have been able to play for a while have been able to get on momentum, and then you kind of go into the quarterfinals here, and then you're throwing these players into the mix, and then they go one and done. I mean, that kind of sucks also when it's like you're a top 4 seed and you kind of only play one playoff match. So that might be something that kind of gets looked into the off season, because I mean, we've seen how this played out, because it's the second year we've run this format, and I mean, we've seen kind of how this plays out. Ashley did go on the win 2024 Super League with that double buy, but at the same time, does not seem like these quarterfinals are bringing a lot of success for these top 4 seeds who end up playing their first match of the playoffs in this round. So that might be something that kind of gets looked at, and we'll see how that ultimately plays out. But I think there's going to be a lot of interesting dialogue after this one. Gon's going to move on, plays against Mac, and then we got one more quarterfinal match with KT and Monkey. We are still working on the time for that one. Hopefully we'll get one down soon, but again, looking to have this Super League wrapped up before October hits. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite the run ultimately, but I think that's going to do it for us here. Again, on behalf of Sanford and our players, everyone who came out to watch, including our ref Luke, thank you guys so much for watching this stream here. Big congrats to Gon on getting the 6-1 victory here over Vapor in this quarterfinal match. He will move on and continue what has been a very strong showing from him in these playoffs, and we'll see what happens from there. But until then, I'm G-Man, and we will catch you all for our next stream, which will be KT Monkey whenever that happens. But make sure you take care of yourselves and enjoy your Saturdays.
This has been a special presentation of MRE Uno Division 1 Super League 2025.